Hello all. I decided to do a story time, and I thought I was gonna do my makeup with it, but you know what? I might as well try. So I've been practicing makeup for a bit now. Okay, so let me go through the story of how I met my boyfriend. Now, a lot of people think that the people who do know him think that he's a new occurrence, but he's actually not. Hold on, sorry. Ivana's writing me. Lydia. Look at that. All right. These are literally how my eyebrows look in real life. What is this? Why? Okay. Now, what I'm gonna do is first I'm gonna do my eyebrows. I always like doing a pencil with them. I don't know why, but pencils always seem to work for me. Here's my brush cup, my small brush cup. I think this one's gonna work for it. All right. There's a piece of wood on it. All right, so let me tell you. I was at, you know what? I was at college or whatever, and I had a big fluffy afro. And it was my first year of college. In my first year of college, but it was in I want to say January. Now, this was a little bit interesting because I had gone remedial math. So and I had gone to school that summer as well. So even though it was my first year, I was really well acquainted with the campus. Now, him, on the other hand, was basically skipped first semester. So he wasn't really well acquainted with the campus. But that was like okay. So we were on the shuttle bus. I went to college at Island, so if you're familiar, there's a shuttle bus that brings you to the ferry, and the ferry goes into Manhattan, and it just helps make the school a little bit more accessible for those of us who did not dorm. But dorming wasn't an option that year because they actually didn't build the dorms until the summer after that year. So I was leaving and I had seen him on the bus, but I had a really big fro at the time. And basically, bus ride is like bumpy and stuff. So what I did, which I always do if I have a fro, is I use the fro as a pillow, and I'm just like, you know. And he made a comment. He was like, "Oh, I see you. I see you. You got your built-in fro, or you got your built-in pillow, and whatever. You know, just corny stuff that dudes say." So at the time, I didn't pay attention to him at all because I had a boyfriend and I was dating a boy named, oh, I almost said his actual name. I'm not supposed to do that. I don't know, Turkey. I was dating Turkey. And Turkey and I were pretty okay, but we had a lot of problems because Turkey was so insecure, and it was like the dumbest insecurities ever. Like, he was insecure because he was not as blessed as other black men are supposed to be. So he was very insecure about that. And what did I do? Did I do that? You're acting like I'm the one that made that happen for you. Come on. So that happened. He was very insecure about it. And we never that was not even a fact in our relationship. So it never came up. But we did that and that was a bit ago. So we would talk and hang out, and I would see him around campus. All right. So I would see him around campus or whatever, and like he was always really cool and he was really adorable, and he was good looking, but I always like, I don't know, when dudes that I find extremely good looking are trying to be in my face, it's just like, okay, and I know what you want, so back up. But he was one of those rare good looking boys that like had been told his whole life that he was ugly, and I was like, you know what, bless up universe, because bless up. So he had been told his whole life that he was ugly, so he didn't have that mentality that, oh, I'm better than you mentality, and blah, 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 blah. So that was really cool. Yeah, so that was really cool, and I appreciated it. But we weren't really talking like that, but I did develop a crush on him, and then when I did develop a crush on him, I broke up with Turkey Leg. His name wasn't even Turkey Leg, but I changed it to Turkey Leg. I broke up with Turkey Leg, so that happened. Turkey Legs is broken up with, and then so we start talking, and like we're talking on the phone. We would have the like the weirdest, like most randomest conversations, which I in turn really like, because like normally with dudes you would have to try to be all great and proper, and like you never farted in your life. But with him it was different. He like kind of allowed me to be myself, and then so yeah, but we didn't date then. I would say like our wires got crossed, and like a lot was going on, and then we just ended up not dating. He told me that he had made a decision not to date me without informing me for our best interest. Like, what are you talking about? That's dude stuff. Like, you didn't think I should know that you made a decision not to date me while we were talking? Whatever. So then fast forward years later. We stayed like in contact. We weren't like, we stayed in contact, but there were certain factors that were sort of keeping us apart, I think. And like we just became friends. Like, you know, we were just friends for a bit, and just someone to talk to, and like someone to have fun with, like, you know, hang out and do other things, like, you know, just hang out. So we ended up working at the same place basically, and that like really solidified the friendship, and then we just like took it to the next step eventually. And it sort of happened without like there being a plan. It was never a, we're going to do this, you know, like, no, it was never that. It was just like it happened eventually, and that's all that is. So yep. Oh, look at that. All right, so if you're really interested, there you go. And some of y'all are wondering, well, how you start off the video with no eyebrows and now you have eyebrows. Because I do now. All right, bye guys. Catch up with you later.